What is going on, YouTubers? Nicked Out Vapor back here for another product review for you today. So I know I've been absent for about 2-3 weeks or so. I got a new camera, spent some money on a camera, and I had all kinds of fucking problems with it. So it's been a real chore trying to get this to actually work. Took some time off of doing videos, trying to make the quality better. So it is what it is, guys. I'm back. Finally got up and rolling with the video and the audio, so let's go ahead and get started. Today's review is going to be on the Aspire Breeze NXT. Absolutely loving this thing, guys. This is a beautiful pod system. Airflow control on the side, fill port on the side. You don't even need to remove the actual pod itself to fill this thing. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I wish it was USB-C. That's the only downfall to me, is it is not USB-C. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive down. I'll show you everything about the pod system. I'll show you all the details, everything that comes inside of the packaging, all that other good shit. So let's go ahead and dive down. Alrighty, guys, and here we are in the up close and personal, the Aspire Breeze NXT. Here is the packaging for the NXT. It's going to be one of these 3-box jammies, so you're going to get 2 boxes inside of one bigger box. You're going to have scratch and sniff on one side. On the back side, if you want to do a freeze frame, you can go ahead and do so now. Discard information on the other side with social media and made in China. Not too much to go over. Now down inside of the package, like I said, you will get 2 other boxes. Aspire Breeze NXT device itself will come inside of this packaging, and the packaging is exactly the same to the bigger predecessor of the boxes. Now you will also get a warranty card inside of the device box. Not too much to go over, and I feel like I've said that about 30 times already. Aspire Breeze NXT User's Manual. It's going to show you orientation of everything that is on the device itself. Let's go ahead and open this up and read some specs off to you. So, pod capacity 5.4 mLs of e-liquid. Absolutely beautiful. Built-in battery capacity of 1000 milliamp. Your dimensions will be 35 by 96 by 20.5 millimeters. You can either automatic draw, or it is a click to fire button. Automatic airflow, or I don't know why I said automatic, airflow adjustment on the side of the device itself. You do not have to take the pod out of the device in order to adjust the airflow. Huge win. Coil resistance is going to be a 0.8 ohm mesh coil made out of Kanthal. Replaceable coils all in one device. Easy side fill, so we'll get into that later. And bypass mode, I don't know why they put that on there. It's automatically in bypass mode. You cannot switch through different modes, so it's irrelevant. You will also get a USB cable for charging, and then your last package will contain the pod and 2 coils inside of this package as well. Let's go ahead and dive into the device itself. So here is your Aspire Breeze NXT. Absolutely beautiful. Reminds you a lot of the original Breeze editions. You're going to have Aspire on the top side with your fire button here in the center of the device, or on-off switch, depending on which way you want to look at it. You're going to get this dust cap, and it's completely up to you if you want to use this. The only downside to this dust cap, it is not secured on very, very tightly. So I found that if I put this on and put it in my pocket, it usually ends up coming off anyways. I wish the tolerance would have been a little bit tighter, but it's not a big deal to me anyways. Now the fire button also acts as your on-off switch, so let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to turn the device off. As you see, one illuminating light indicates that the device is off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is also going to turn it on. Now you have 3 different battery indicators. You're going to have a 70% and up indicator showing a green light. 70 between 30 is going to be blue, and then below 30 is going to be red. If you push the fire button, it is going to indicate where exactly your battery is. As you can see, I'm about 50%. The indicator light is blue, so I will need to charge it soon. On the side of the device, you're going to have your airflow controller, and look at that's just my fingers being all greasy. No, I'm just kidding. Got a little juice there. That's just from me filling it up. No big deal. As you can see, there's this little textile grip right here above your fill port. So it does make it to where you can grab each side of the device and just simply slide the pod system out. As you can see, the same on the other side. Now you also have your airflow controller here on this side, and you could just simply slide it in or out depending on how much airflow you want. Very, very nice done, very well thought out. Your airflow comes right in through these channels, and then once you go ahead and pull this pod out, you will see you got those two little airflow. These gaps right here is where your airflow comes through at. So very, very well done. You got your gold-plated connections there at the bottom that will match up with your coil. Not too much to go over on the inside of the pod system. Breeze NXT on the back, and your USB cable for charging is on the opposite side of the airflow. Air vent or battery venting on the bottom side, and that is about it for the device itself. So let's go ahead and go over the pod. If you could see it earlier in the video, it is sort of like that duckbill style mouthpiece. I'm not a huge fan, but it's not terrible by any means. I can definitely look past the mouthpiece because of all the other options that are on this pod system or AIO system. So you're going to have your coil right there dead square in the center, 5.3 milliliters of juice. Your coil is just a press fit. All you're going to have to do is get your finger down inside right here. Simply pull it out, push it in depending on what you're doing. Orientation of the coil, I mean, it can only go in one way, so it's pretty self-explanatory. And your auto draw features are the sensors are right here. On the side, like I said, it is side fill, and you do not have to take this pod out in order to fill it. You can do it while it is in the device, so that is super nice. Now, I kind of like doing it while it is out of the device just so I could see the liquid a little bit easier, but they also have, if you look at right here, this is actually somewhat see-through, this seam right here. So you could see the liquid level while it's still on the device. It's just hard for my camera to pick it up because it kind of blends into that black there. Like I said, textiled on each side. Coil goes in the bottom and fill port on the side. Now, one thing I recommend is when you go ahead and put a new coil in, when you fill this up, let it sit 5 to 10 minutes so that juice will soak into the cotton and you get a nice saturated flavor. You do not burn up your cotton, anything to that nature. Make sure you guys let it sit. And that is about all I have to go over, guys. Let's go ahead and take it back on the top side. We'll vape on it and we'll talk about it just a little bit more. And we are back, guys, back up on top here with the Breeze NXT. Absolutely loving this device, guys. It is a beauty. Let's go ahead and dive into the 5 topics of the NXT. Topic number 1 is going to be the flavor on the NXT. And it is a huge, huge, huge win, man. NXT coils are absolutely phenomenal. I hope and pray that they come out with a mouth-to-lung tank and put these coils inside of it. Because god damn, it would be good. It would be so good, I'm telling you. If you can adjust the wattage and adjust the airflow to your liking on top of your favorite mod, man, I would absolutely love that. I think it would be a huge win if they can put these coils inside of a little 22 or 24 millimeter tank and make it a mouth to lung tank. Oh man, that is what I am hoping for. Anyways, the coils are phenomenal. They perform phenomenal. Have had no issues with any kind of leaking. The flavor is on point. The coils are a win for sure. Let's go ahead and get into topic number 2, and that is going to be the design and aesthetics for this device. The design is absolutely amazing, guys. They did their homework on this NXT. They thought of everything. Fire button, automatic draw. The choice is yours. Airflow control on the side that works phenomenally. Fill port on the side. You do not have to take your pod out ever if you don't want to until you have to change that coil. Fill port and the airflow, neither one of them, the pod doesn't have to come out of the device. That is a huge, huge win. The design of this thing was so well thought out of. I don't know if that's the right saying for that. And it is 5.2 or 5.3 milliliters of juice. I mean, they really don't want you taking this pod out of there. I mean, obviously, they thought of everything to where you're never taking this pod out until you have to replace the coil. So I think that the design is absolutely a win. And the aesthetics portion, I mean, I like box style mods, your Orions, things like that. This is obviously going to be a lot wider than your Orion, just simply for the fact that it can hold more juice, a lot more juice than the Orion. So, and the coils are a lot bigger. So you're getting better flavor. I wouldn't say more vapor production or anything like that, but the flavor and the milliliters of juice that you're able to hold into the pod system is, it justifies for the size of the pod as far as girth goes. So I think design and aesthetics, huge win. I think they did an awesome job with this AIO pod system. Topic number 3 is going to be airflow. And the airflow on this thing, with you being able to adjust it, is going to give you a really, really nice pull. Gives you a wide variety of different kinds of airflow situations that you can choose from. If you completely close this thing down, it is a super, super tight, restricted mouth to lung hit. Very, very nice pull off of this when it's all the way closed. It's very, very warm too. So if you don't like a real warm vape, you may not like this thing, because no matter which way you have the airflow, I feel like this is a pretty warm vape. So just take that into note. Wide open, let's go ahead and have a ripski. Now, as you can see, the airflow did get a little bit louder when you hold it wide open like that. I've been running about 3/4 of the way closed, somewhere in that nature, and the airflow is super quiet. That's about where I like it. A looser mouth to lung style is more my style. Just depending on the day. Sometimes I like a really restricted mouth to lung. Sometimes I like it a little bit looser. Just how I'm feeling and the juice that I'm using. So anyways, the way they did the airflow on this, how it goes through that center channel and then up through those airflow ports, I think that it gives you a wide variety of options for airflow, and I think it's a huge win. Topic number 4 is going to be the price point of the device. Now, it's the same as all other devices, guys. It's going to start out higher, and then as time goes on, you're going to sell 1 million of them, and then the price is going to drop a little bit. So it's on you guys. If you want to buy this thing right now, because you got to try it, because all these reviewers are like, hey man, you got to try this, because it is really, really, really good. You're going to spend 30 bucks, 35 bucks, 40 bucks, somewhere, you know, in that ballpark. If you want to wait a little bit, you might start seeing it drop to around 30 to 25. You know, I mean, eventually I would see it dropping to about 25 bucks. So it's on you guys on how bad you want it. I think that the price range is very good where it's at. I think it's worth every penny of 40 bucks. It comes with 2 coils. The coils don't last as long as the Caliburn, I'll tell you that. But I could see getting like 2 weeks out of a coil with that. You shouldn't have a problem. About a week and a half, 2 weeks, I would see the coils lasting for this thing. You know, the Caliburn, I'm getting like 2 to 3 weeks out of them. So the coils on the Caliburn, I mean, they're losing money on them things, honestly. But they've sold 1 billion devices. So, you know, it's kind of... it's that double negative, or double positive, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Topic number 5 is going to be, who is this for? And, you know, I mean, that's for you guys to decide. I think that is a very, very good AIO pod system. I think that if you like a warmer vape, I think this is for you. If you do not like a warm vape, if you like a cool vape, then I would suggest maybe looking into something else. I think that this puts off a very warm vape, and me personally, I love a warm vape, so this device is one of my favorites that I have used to date. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to get the hell on out of here. Until next time, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and throw a comment down in there. If you have any questions about the device or any other device, I'll be sure to message you back in the comment section. One last look at the NXT. What the fuck are you doing? Focus. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful pod system. Let's have a vape and get the hell on out of here.